shortboard, aka potato chip. Since we started surfing in Sri Lanka, we realized that it was Sam's very first time ever riding a shortboard and my very second time ever riding a hardtop. So here is what that looks like. There was definitely a bit of a learning curve as far as learning how to ride these rental boards that we had never surfed on. Our board options at the rental shop were super affordable, but also we limited ourselves a little bit because we wanted to be able to trade off using our GoPro. So we had to look for boards that had GoPro mounts. And unfortunately that meant that one of the really long 9.2 boards that we really enjoyed did not have a GoPro mount, so we didn't get any footage from those, but Sam learned how to ride waves sitting down and on his head, and we were able to catch a lot of waves at Whiskey Point and at Peanut Farm on that really long board. This is not good. My board leash just broke and this is turning on fire! Let's hope Sam's coming to rescue me. Not good. Surfboard rental problems. It might be worthwhile noting that yesterday my leash broke from the board rental and today it just broke. I literally just went under the wave and it popped off my foot both days. I ended up deciding on a 710, which is the shortest board I've ever ridden, and I, after a couple days getting used to riding it, figured it out and had a lot of fun on it. We pretty much surfed 3 main breaks. Main Point, which is right out of Arugam Bay, walking distance from the place that we were staying, Water Edge Hotel, and Whiskey Point, which was a walking distance, a very short walking distance from the first little resort that we stayed at for a couple of days when we first got to Sri Lanka. And then one of my favorites, Peanut Farm, which is a pretty mellow right break, but on the bigger days it can get kind of big and really fun. I really enjoyed not having to paddle out through extremely heavy whitewash the whole time. We spent a majority of our time here at Main Point, which is really close to our hotel, so that was convenient, and it's actually where I am right now. It was really convenient for us also because it was the biggest waves for the majority of the time that we were here. They broke consistently. When we went to Peanut Farm or Whiskey Point, it was usually because the waves were extremely good at Main Point, and that meant there was going to be a ton of people in the water. And they were also breaking at Peanut Farm and Whiskey Point. But other than that, we caught the majority of our big waves here at Main Point, and today is windy and choppy, and that's the only reason that there's not a bajillion people in the water right now with Sam. Since Arugam Bay is on the east coast of Sri Lanka, all of the waves that we rode were rights, which wasn't as great for Sam and I because we both are goofy, but we definitely still had a lot of fun on them, and you'll notice in some of the videos that yes, I do not wear my leash on the correct leg, but don't worry, I was reminded by a local or two multiple times that it was on the wrong foot, but I tried switching and it felt super uncomfortable, so it is what it is, folks. Gotta do what works. Sorry, I never really learned how to surf normally. One of our favorite things about surfing here in Arugam Bay was the conversations that we were able to have out in the water, and then also meeting locals just in town at restaurants and hotels and things like that. We met people from Germany and Russia, Belgium, Italy, all over the place, South Africa. It was just a really cool combination of tourists coming from all over the world to enjoy waves and talking and having a great time out on the water. Other things to do in Sri Lanka besides surfing. Okay, there's tons to do in Sri Lanka, but I guess if we're just talking about Arugam Bay, surfing definitely seems to be the main attraction. There's a lot of fun swimming and body surfing and even baby waves if you're just learning how to surf. If you have an aversion to water, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to find things to do, but there's still a ton to do. There's safaris. Sam and I did a tuk-tuk safari, so we got our tuk-tuk driver and he took us all around for 6 hours or so to see all sorts of wildlife, elephants and water buffalo, wild water buffalo, crocodiles, so many crocodiles. It was an awesome time. And we really enjoyed the food scene here in Arugam Bay. There's a lot of people from all over the world that have restaurants here. There's obviously you can find local Sri Lankan food, Indian food, Thai food, food from, I don't know, Italy, pizza, pasta, lots of pastas. You can really find anything, burgers, french fries, American food. So yeah, we enjoyed hopping all around and testing out different places. It's extremely affordable. Our favorite place was Tandoori Hut, which is an Indian restaurant right in Arugam Bay, and we made friends with the people who worked there and absolutely loved their food. Highlight for me was the chicken tikka masala, and I built my spice tolerance. You guys, I am terrible with spicy food, but I actually did pretty well with all the naan and water and anything I could put on my tongue to subdue the burning and the pain. We were actually surprised at how much shopping there was in Arugam Bay. I mean, they're all small local shops, but you can definitely find really cool things that support local entrepreneurs and craftspeople here in Sri Lanka. There was some clothing stores that had really nice swimwear, and I found that it's difficult to find surfing swimwear a lot of times, especially since I don't love ordering swimsuits online without trying them on first. But there was tons and tons of little surf-like shops that had really cute, really comfortable, really practical surfwear.
Somebody's got a brand new suit. He's feeling good. Looking good.
Thank you, Sri Lanka surf shops with awesome discounted deals on surfing suits. What is the coffee scene like? Seems to be pretty great, actually. There's a little coffee shop right across from our hotel at Water Edge. Maybe part of Hideaway, not sure. But had all sorts of coffees that Sam was excited about. Our hotel little coffee shop that I get my smoothie bowls breakfast every morning also has coffee. Like, I don't know, espresso, I don't know, I'm not the right person to ask about this. But yes, there does appear to be a pretty good coffee scene here in Arugam Bay. It's pretty touristy. There's a bridge kind of on the other side of the bay from where we're staying into, when you cross the bridge you go into Potterville, which is a way less touristy city. Not really touristy at all. So, I don't know, Arugam Bay definitely feels very touristy, but not very far away there's actually like a local community of Sri Lankans. At one point in Sri Lanka's history, they grew coffee here. But now the main crop that they grow, as far as drinks go, is tea. A lot of tea. And the tea here is delicious, so I would highly recommend getting tea all the time when you're here. Okay, and then there's splurging a little bit. Not actually money splurging, because compared to normal massages, they were extremely inexpensive, but Sam and I got 2 massages during our time here, because our shoulders and arms and backs were in so much pain after we started surfing, after not surfing for like 2 years. But yeah, that was super nice, and I think there's a bunch of different places that you can go to get massages. Lots of the hotels have staff members that are specifically masseuses. and they did a great job. Okay, another really interesting thing about Sri Lanka that we did not know is that there are dogs everywhere, and they're super nice, at least to the tourists they are, and you could probably walk, I don't know, 30 feet and run into a new dog. The whole, I don't know, country maybe, at least in Arugam for sure. There are dogs literally everywhere. Random dogs like this. Like, they just walk up to you and they love being pet and super friendly. So we kind of made a lot of friends with a lot of dogs. So we came at the beginning, the very beginning of tourist season here, which is May through September. So we were here in May, kind of towards the beginning of June, and I think we would not do it any other way because it seems like there's already getting a lot of people here, especially out in the water surfing, and technically this is still not very many people at all. Especially out in the water, while the waves weren't as big as they get during the height season, probably not quite as good, although they were still really good. We heard that there can be like 150, 200 people out at any given break, well at least the bigger breaks, at any time. So to us, when 40 people seemed like a lot, yeah, I think we would struggle with 200. So May was perfect for us, and we were also able to get really discounted rooms and a lot of cheap amenities because there weren't very many people here yet. Battle wounds. Let's talk about battle wounds. Well, to begin, our advice when we first got here was to get some antibiotics for any cuts on our feet that we were going to get while surfing, which we definitely had to do. Main point is a reef break, and the reef is super sharp. So some people wear reef booties. Sam and I don't love wearing reef booties unless it's freezing cold outside in the water, just because it makes it harder to catch waves and harder to paddle. So we decided, no, we'll be fine walking out on the reef to get out, and a couple of the days we were fine. A couple of days when the waves were a lot bigger wasn't as great because walking out you get knocked by some whitewash and just scrape against the reef, which led to multiple cuts and some infections, but Neosporin and antibiotics from the pharmacy here has mostly taken care of that. Other battle wounds, I fell on my board and got a cut from my fin. Sam crashed and fell on his board, or it hit him or something like that, and he got a nice big bruise on his leg. And I was diving under a wave, and I guess it was more shallow than I thought it was, and my face kind of smashed into the ground, and I got a cut on my chin and lips from the sand. On top of that, we did our darndest to prevent sunburn on our noses and backs, but really the only thing that saved us in the end after multiple sunburns to the face was putting zinc on our noses and cheeks. So that was pretty much the end of the trip. I'm less stoked about having to swim all the way back into shore right now. I'd probably slice up my feet on the reef, but that's chill because we're in Sri Lanka, baby! Let's get destroyed by this wave! Damn! Ah! Oh gosh, stage set. Time to swim. Oh, someone's doing better than I am. Okay, Sam's here.
Here you are.
So,
Wasn't your leash
leash
this time?
is not good. Whatever that is not good.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay, thanks.